Michigan is your winner. They are going to win it this year. If they don't win it this year, they are never going to win the national championship. The fact of the matter is that Jim Harbaugh is heading back to New Orleans, Louisiana to finally win the big one. Super Bowl 47. What do you know about Super Bowl 47? Oh, that was the blackout game. Oh, the 49ers should have won. Oh, they let him get away with a little bit of jersey. Jim Harbaugh is still bitter to this day. He lost the Super Bowl over at New Orleans. He heads back home to New Orleans. He wins the big one with the Michigan Wolverines on the 13th day of January. 1-13. The Blue and Maize, Michigan. It's M that is the 13th letter. It is Louisiana that is the 13th letter. What do we know about Jim Harbaugh? Is that he is unlucky in the big game. Well, you know what? On the 13th day in 2020, that brother has to get the job done. And in this 2019 football season, this is the year of Jim Harbaugh. This is the year of the end of a drought for Michigan. It's because it is Harbaugh that equals 39. It is drought that equals 39. This is the year of the drought here, people. This is the year of the drought. The LA Lakers, Juventus in 2019, Liverpool, even basketball. It's been forever since the Lakers won the championship. On a date of 1-13. It is the Michigan Wolverines are going to win the title. It is the Blue and Maize are going to win the title here. It is Shea Patterson and it is Jim Harbaugh. Both of these guys' names in Pythagorean gematria are going to win the next national championship after 53 prior Super Bowls, because keep in mind that the Super Bowl is happening at this time. And when these guys win the national championship, well, there would be 53 prior Super Bowls. There were 139 prior teams in the history of Michigan. This is the year that Jim Harbaugh gets it done. It is the Masonic occult that rigs these games. It is New Orleans, Louisiana. It is Freemasonry that equal 139. Michigan's going to get the job done after 139 prior seasons. That's why the 49ers played at New Orleans, Louisiana. A perfect textbook example of gematria history. It is the New Orleans Saints are gonna. It is the Michigan Wolverines are gonna win the title over at the stadium of the New Orleans Saints. That's what's happening this year in college football. Levi's Stadium was the site of the prior national championship game. But it is Michigan that is going to make the next one. They were not going to make it to Levi's Stadium, the house that Jim Harbaugh built. But after the national title, at the house that Jim Harbaugh built, Jim Harbaugh is heading back to New Orleans, and he is avenging the holding call in that Super Bowl. We are waiting for Jim Harbaugh all along. Because the prior national title game before last year's national title game, it was held at Atlanta. And that was the site where Jim Harbaugh won his last trophy as a head coach. The George Halas Trophy. Yes, these sites have everything and are connected with Jim Harbaugh taking the torch from Clemson, from Nick Saban, and Alabama. That's what's happening here on the national championship game of 1-13. Jim Harbaugh is the guy. He is going to be a legend in Michigan football folklore. And this brother here can leave and start a new legacy as a top tier head coach in the NFL once again, if that's what Jim Harbaugh wants to do, or if he's comfortable at Michigan. Shea Patterson's going to get the job done this year. January the 17th, it is 2020. That is a 4-year And now the significance of 2020 being a 4-year is that Jim Harbaugh is going to be the greatest coach ever in college football history because the GOATs are born in rabbit years. Lionel Messi born in rabbit year 87. Michael Jordan born in the rabbit year 63. Jim Harbaugh born in the year of the rabbit. Well, the rabbit is number 4 in the Chinese zodiac order. Jim Harbaugh is going to be winning the national title in a 4-year. It is the last time that Michigan won a national title in 1985. 1985 was... Well, let's see. Unclaimed national titles. Let's go back to 1997, everybody. 1997, the last time Michigan won the national title occurred in the year of the Ox. That was also the year that Shea Patterson was born. It is Shea Patterson that is born in the year 97, which is also the year of the Ox. So let me take you back to Shea Patterson. In his second season with Michigan, the brother gets the job done. He gets it done this time around. He absolutely will. And now going back to Jim Harbaugh, his Wikipedia page. Let's go back to Jim Harbaugh for a second. There's Jim. There he is. Birthday, December the 23rd of 1963. Drafted in 1987. 33 years later, he's going to be winning the championship. This is all scripted through the Masonic, the Kabbalic, occult. No doubt about it. 33 years later, from the time he got drafted in the NFL, he's going to win the national title in the NFL season, in the Super Bowl in 2013. Well, the year 13, Jim Harbaugh was closest to winning the title. And in that year 13, Jim Harbaugh didn't get the job done. But Jim Harbaugh wins it on the 13th day. He can do 13. He can fare Tredici and have some good fortunes with the Michigan Wolverines. Not only is 2020 a 4-year, not only is Jim Harbaugh a rabbit, this may be Jim Harbaugh's 4th year with Michigan. Well, see here, Jim Harbaugh's the rabbit, but he's got to win after 4 prior years. That is your interpretation right there. This is official. This is what this year is going to bring to us. Michigan's going to go 15-0 this year. That 53rd win for the Michigan Wolverines this year is going to win the national title for Shea Patterson and Jim Harbaugh. That's what it's really telling you here. This is astrology here that is letting you know who is going to win the national title for this year. Why don't we break down December the 23rd of 2019? Well, that's the God number, 74. It's Masonic, it's occult, it's gematria that equals 74. December the 23rd of the year 19 adds up to 54, birthday numerology. It is January the 13th of 2020 that also has a birthday numerology of 54. And the beast is going to be in full force for Jim Harbaugh. These are very Masonic tributes to this. Very occultic. It is all revealed through the code here. Mark of the Beast, 54, Gematria, Sugar Bowl, New Orleans. Nick Saban loses to Ohio State. Nick Saban loses to Utah over at New Orleans. You feel me? Because he has a bad history over at New Orleans. Understand that? So it ain't bearing well for Nick Saban and company. And truly, the numerology of Tagliafico, whatever his name is, Alabama quarterback. It's an Alabama quarterback. It's Tua Tagovailoa, whatever his name is. Numerology number 13. He loses again. He loses in the title game. He ain't Shea Patterson. He's not Shea Patterson, people. He's number 13. He is going to lose the final. He is. He absolutely is. He's losing the title again. His second loss in the national title game to the arc-shaped Patterson. It is going to be Alabama. Harbaugh against Saban. This is going to happen. This is going to happen over at New Orleans. Harbaugh's going to get the job done. College football needs to sell this to the fans. Harbaugh versus Saban for Harbaugh's 53rd win. Harbaugh, Satan over Saban, Satan. I mean, what is up with the B there, really? I don't know. There's something to that. And he rules college football. New Orleans, Louisiana, 49. Harbaugh, Satan, Nick Saban, man, really? I mean, yeah, okay. I don't blame him for saying, well, I don't want to be Alabama head coach. Just, it all changes on the spot. He got himself a good deal there. So I ain't hating on Nick Saban or whatnot, okay? It's just that Alabama wins too much. And you know, Jim Harbaugh's not going to win the title every year. I mean, maybe between Michigan and Alabama every single year from this time on. So we've got January the 13th. January the 13th, everybody. 2020. 21 days from Jim Harbaugh's birthday to the day of the national title game. 21 days. That's gematria of title. Now, moving on to Nicholas Saban. Nick Satan, right? This guy rules college football. He's going to be 68 years old. It is happening, everybody. Harbaugh over Saban is this year. It's happening this year, everybody. That's the significance of Nick Saban being 68 years old. He's going to be up against Michigan. It's bound to happen that way. Jim Harbaugh is going to kick old Nick Saban in the balls. It's bound to happen that way. But Jim Harbaugh's got a lot of work to do before he even matches him. Before he even matches his record of national titles. 74 days later, there's your Masonic connection there. It's all about that 74, everybody. You see that? Gematria, 74, Masonic, occult, right? God number is G-D, G the 7th letter, D the 4th letter. Another edition of Gematria here. And pretty clearly, Atlanta, a couple of years ago, where Harbaugh won his first trophy as a head coach. Then we moved to the next year. Levi Stadium, the house that Harbaugh built, and now it's New Orleans, the former stadium of Super Bowl 47, where he lost. He heads back home, and he gets the job done on the 13th day. You are gonna fare Tradici, my brother, and all the haters. You see, Harbaugh is 0 for 4 against Ohio State. He is 0 for 4. He's going to be 1 4 this year. 4 prior tries without beating Ohio State. There it is. There's your code right there. I have broken it down completely.